Hello and welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Trismegistus, and in this series I am attempting to build my first Dyson Sphere. I have played the game through before, but I never actually finished the Dyson Sphere because you don't technically need to finish the game. But that's what I'm trying to do today. Also, I've learnt a lot this series and trying to apply learnings, etc., etc. Yeah, so we'll get straight into it. Basically, the plan for today... Well, actually, I'll do a little quick tour. Well, there's kind of no one here. Right. Why did that not... There we go. What happened there? Right, yes, so... I've been busy. I didn't quite do what I said I was going to last week. Or rather on Monday, actually. It's not even last week. Which was that I was saying I was going to basically sort of flatten this planet, so rip it all apart and basically redo everything. But I haven't redone everything. What I've done is gone round and sort of tidied up a bit. A little bit. Not as much as I need to. There are still some... Oh, there's our Dyson Sphere over there. There are still some bits and pieces that need tidying up. But one of the things I noticed, and why I didn't completely rework the entire planet, is we are very, very low on iron, which is what we did last week. You know, last streams. I sort of fixed this by going and getting a load of iron ore. But what I've actually done is I've put 2 caps on the planet, colour-coded according to north and south. So the red and the blue, it's because it's a bar magnet. It's like the standard colours of bar magnet. Weird tiphead, but yeah. So basically, coloured these in. So this is the north, basically. The red and then the blue at the south, and just put a load of concrete down to colour it out. Used a similar pattern that I was using on those other planets in the other systems. I've done this also on the home system planets. We've got these in. On the other planets, I've also... Wait, did I do that? No, I don't think I did. I didn't set up a charging thing, basically. But what I did do is put some of these guys in. I think. It got a bit hazy, but as you can see, I put loads of these in now. We're going to need even more than this, because when you start doing the actual... Well, the antimatter thing, basically, that's even more heavy on these. The solar is just like... It's almost just because I think it looks pretty, and like the wind turbines I've left in... because I find it useful to help me sort of navigate the planet rather than really being a useful amount of power. Because if I can find a power pole to click on. No, is that too far away? There we go. So the capacity sort of available here is 1.71 gigawatts. So most of that is coming from the Ray receivers. They're all hooked up with lenses. You know, it's a lot tidier, this arrangement. And it's also, I mean, this is like a raw... Well, there you go. There's 26,000 iron ore. That'll be gone in no time, you know. So we'll be able to fill that out and put an extra one in. And then it's easier then to put extra rows in. I've also done the thing where you grab across with an inserter into a belt rather than use like a million splitters. But this is just it's a ring round, and it basically refills it, as it goes. So when they use one, a gap appears and it just fills it in basically. And then we got the old warp cores going around. What I do need to do is I'm probably going to leave a lot of these, as I say, just here because they're perfectly fine. Probably need upgrading some of them, but I'm probably not going to do too much. What I really need to do, in fact, I haven't filled them all up. Basically, I need to fill all these up with drones and take out the logistics ones because I've set them all. There's a couple of exceptions, like the proliferators and that sort of thing, but I basically set them all so that it's local demand. And what's happening is that the materials that are being made elsewhere, meaning higher level stuff, so there's no raw material. Well, he says that clicking on coal. Obviously, the exotic ones materials are there. I've not set up any production for them yet. Obviously, these are being used by default because they were there anyway. But you see, they're all on remote demand and local supply. So apart from these two, these are different. These are the lenses for there. But this is where we're going to bring the science in. and then I've said that they're obviously the rare materials, and then it's basically so it's more processed materials. I noticed that diamond we don't actually have being produced elsewhere. That's only being produced here, so we can add that in at some point. But you see we've got deuterium, hydrogen. I'm pulling these two in. I'm not sure they're used in any real recipes. It might just be the hub, which is, a better solution would be if it's literally just being used in the hub, we might as well, pull it in to the hub. But we'll get to that in a minute. And then you've got your actual sort of basic things. And then these are the ones that are being used in much more higher volume and so are being pulled in a couple. And we've got basically your circuits, your processors, your 3 types of engines. And I say into two things because that then gives more, more stuff to be sent around. And then at the top end, we've got the things I'm making available for export. Obviously, this planet is effectively the endpoint, so there isn't any real demand for any of these, apart from one thing. What I've done is I've set up some export of the raw resources, so they're now being sent off to other planets, basically, to be processed. Well, the other planets in this system. Not massive amount of demand yet because those planets do still have quite a lot of stuff on them, but eventually they will start drawing all of this material in. I've set 3 of them up and it will quickly go. I mean, we've only got 115,000. Obviously, we got the bonuses. I think they're added on to those, but yeah, so we got 10,000 in each, so 30,000. So that's it's only 3 refills on each of these type of thing for the iron. More copper, obviously, and then stone and coal are just going to last like for a lifetime. But then we've got all the different materials, you see. So all of these things where I've been on planets, because my inventory is sort of really tidied up and emptied. But if I'm like, I need to build one of this, and it's not, we've not put it in the hub or something like, because we're going to add everything basically to the hub now. But they're all available basically. So if I also start saying, right, well, we need to make Casimir crystals elsewhere or something, we can swap all of that out a lot more easily and have it be a demand rather than the supply. But these are basically all, if I decide, right, because, this planet is really, really close to the Dyson Sphere. So it's actually would be quite a good place to be launching solar sails from. So if I decide we're going to do solar sails, they're not in here, not in the top hub, but the one that's making solar sails has them available. Oh no, that's remote demand, isn't it? No, that's not making solar sails, is it? I can't even remember where they are. Yeah, so for example, the proliferators are available, interstellar, rather than put them in here. But when this is cleared up and these 3 raw ones are, well, not empty, but, the iron and copper is gone, we can start using those as well, because they effectively sort of ran out of space, really. Yeah, so the idea today, as I say, I went around and tidied up quite a lot of it, but these guys are sat here because these are the things I'm not currently making, okay? And some of them I'm not going to make still. The chests are pretty much redundant. I mean, these things are chests. They're just like logistics chests in Factorio, really, when you think about it. Thermal power plants, I won't make any more of. What we'll do with mini fusion, I might just set up a small production area, because we're only... What I'm using those effectively as like a backup system, like a backup Kickstarter power thing, really, for planets that have got coal on, or hydrogen or something like that. They're just a way of like burning those to get a little little power boost, basically. Not all planets have those, obviously, but you see what I'm doing with them is I'm bringing in the hydrogen and deuterium fuels, you see, so they don't even need the carbon there, although they will burn the carbon. Well, that one is. So what I think I might do with that one is just make a little production area now, with just literally set it up to demand those 4 things. And we'll just leave it running for a bit and it'll make a bunch of those. So we won't actually make them on the hub. These we will make because if I'm going to use them as a way of powering some of my planets, we're going to need quite a lot, and they're very slow hand making and sort of nasty recipe, basically. These 3, water pumps, I made this decision that I wasn't going to, but I think I've decided I am going to if we're going to be exploiting sulfuric acid planets and that. And they're not that complicated. Oil extractors, again, we're going to have to get quite a lot of oil coming in, so it's just easier to make them. The miniature particle gliders, we're going to need a lot more of those, because now that we've got power available, particularly, we need to be making deuterium in sort of better volumes, really, more productive rather than better volume. The rail ejectors, silos and splitters I will probably add to the bus. It's a bit ridiculous, we'll end up with 100 of them, but I may go nuts and do multiple Dyson spheres, so it'd be good to have them. But certainly, I mean, we've only got like 4 of them. And then these two, I think we're going to make them, even though they're not really... I want to play about with them more. I noticed this one still has the Chinese symbols on it for its name. It's a bit of an odd bug there. This is like the counter one, traffic monitor and the piler. I think I'll make a bunch of them, a bit like the, these guys, even though I probably won't actually end up using that many. But the idea, what we need to do first, and this is going to be inventory explosion time, is basically rip all of this up. The painful one is going to be the that one, because that's like a heck of a lot of stuff. And then I'll basically we'll sort of tile this in. And the idea, the new format that I've been playing about with it a little bit, but took it all down again. But the idea is to, because you can put these really close, so you can put them like properly next to each other, whereas you can't with the like interstellar ones. You have to have them quite a long way apart, actually. Oh well, we've got water there, but there you go. So that's as close as we could put them. And if you look, there's like 3 in the space of 2. So even though these have got like 2 extra slots, it's like, so that's 9 and that's 10. So it's not actually numerically any different, really. And we are still going to use these. We're going to put the outputs in these so that I can get them from anywhere. But it's a case of, we'll use these to pull in, because they're all available locally now as well, you see. Before, I was having to pull things in interstellar. But we'll basically, line these up. And then what I really need to work on, the tricky bit, is, well, I can show you actually. So I think what I'm going to, I don't know, it's quite resource intensive to do it, but this is the problem we've got, basically. So whenever I, all of my recipes, all of my blueprints that I did are all using, yellow belt. And there isn't really, an upgrade planner, like there is in Factorio, so I can't just upgrade the blueprints. I don't necessarily have to use the blueprints, or, but effectively, when I do replacing, or when I tore a load of this stuff down, I end up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yellow belt, and I don't know that I really want any yellow belt particularly. But every time I say I rip something up or whatever, like the other planets are basically all yellow belt. I put it in here, and in that case, did I actually do it for this one? There's one of them I did it for. Oh, here you go, where I'm feeding it back around. So the green belts then use the yellow belt. So we need to think about it in that way, basically. And like these, where I've chucked these things in. Anyway, let's stop prattling on, and we'll get some of this stuff all dismantled and reworked. We'll leave the actual logistics things to last. See how badly just doing this explodes my inventory. Oh, there we go. Right, so it's a load of stuff. Right, so I think if I maybe, it's like labs. Yeah, I mean, are we going to make labs again? Because I've now got, and there's a load more, I think, sat on the thing. I got like 300 of them. Do I need 300 labs, really? I'm not doing a mega base. Right, so if we just use some of these as like storage chests, because then I can flip the requests and stuff to drag them through. So we want to put that in there. I wish it also worked. And like fractionators, do I need more fractionators? I mean, we do, because we want to use them to make stuff as well, but, you know, do we need them now? Right, let's go with belts. That's quite a big pile. And then let's do those belts in there. And those belts in there. And then what? Got a million warpers for some reason. Like that. Then we've got, say, what? Let's put the iron plate in. These are all sat on the belts, basically. Stealing. What's another big one? Let's do. I can't think. What's got? Oh, let's do the yellow. And that's another one. I mean, I'm definitely not using any more yellow assemblers. In fact, we may go just blue, you see. So, right, let's give me a bit more space. And then if we run over here, it seems to have a range on it. The this thing. I know if you go like that, it becomes like, it's effectively like a bigger thing. But if you're trying to hoover stuff up from the other side of the planet, it basically won't let you. For some reason, you have to be relatively close. Right. So that's all the. Oh no, it isn't. There you go. Click that. Turn that on. Right, that's all the bits and pieces. Tricky part now. Oh, let's just explode the inventory. Oops. Yeah. Oh, that shouldn't be too big. You know, the request numbers aren't huge on these necessarily. So, what have we got a million of? Okay. Actually, I could put some of them in here, couldn't I? No, I couldn't, because I don't think I've got any of them. No, scratch that idea. What else did we pick up? We've got some more yellow belt. Did we get any more? Those guys? No. Green belt? No. Blue belt? No. Warpers? No. Iron plate we've got load off. Yellow machines we haven't. Okay, let's plop a few more of these down. Come here. Okay. Oops. Well, no, let's change that to that one. And then I'm really just looking for the big ones, really. Iron cogs. And say glass. Oops. What else? We could put inserters in. So what's that? Is that green one? Green one. Doesn't click, you know, automatically do it like in Factory. You have to actually select them from the list. Is that? Oh, there's one that's got some empty stuff. So maybe we put the labs in, and whatever them are, oil, whatever's, refineries, and proliferators. I don't think we'll proliferate anything with this because it's just speed, basically. It just speeds everything up. Right. Oh, of course, there's all that rubbish on the floor. Hang on. Right, pick up litter. Oh, am I full already? Crikey. So, I mean, there you go. So, I can't suck those up from over here. We've got to move closer. Am I just completely full? I am completely full. Look, there you go. How many yellow assemblers have I got? Oh yeah, I went round and, you know, stuck these things on. So we've got logistics supply. We have to, you know, we're going to have to make loads of them because I just want to use them from now on. I think they're so good. Well, once I got my head round the whole, what am I looking for? I'm looking for yellow assemblers, which I know I put in somewhere. Did I? There we go. And then let's get a couple more of these down. Get the, oops. Green assemblers in there. Like so. What else? We got fiber broadbands, or whatever it calls them, particle broadbands. Get them in. Got loads of them for some reason. And then what? Engines, or whatever it calls them, turbines. And then circuits, maybe. Like that. See, now everything's on. Oops. No. On local supply. They can just come and grab from these. You don't need to power the ones where they're just, where it's just effectively acting like a chest. You don't need to actually come and grab them, come and empty them or anything. Or you don't have to power them. Sorry, I should say. Right. I think there's one. No. Oh, I could put more of them in, couldn't I? I mean, I probably will because that's just me. I just do that sort of thing. I think I might just grab some of those belts. Where are the inserters? No. Because we can put them together with yellow. And then just come and sort of... Oh, there's so much stuff. I like the way it animates this, but it can be a bit painful. I'm just seeing if there's any sort of gaps in the old inventory. And also pull them all closer. Ugh, crikey. Right, okay, still not a lot. I didn't realise there was so much stuff in these. Right. I've done it beforehand if I had realised it was that much stuff. Oh well. Lesson learned. What else have I got in already? So so I mean, you know, even there I've got whatever it is, because they sit on the belt, you see. So you have way more than even you think you do. Why have we got some microcrystalline components? I might just go old. Let's just stick it in a chest. This is getting a bit tedious. Let's just grab some of them. Just whack it in a chest. No, sort it out sometime later. Oh, I want to keep that. Oh, no, I want to keep them. I think we'll try and power everything with those boys. And we'll keep some of those. Don't want any of that. Okay. So chests do still have a use, you see. They're just... No, we're full again. Crikey. There is an awful lot of stuff here. Oh, crikey. Right. Them in there, them in there. Then... No. Oh, I was putting the wrong one. Okay. Them. Part of the thing, because these are stacks, you see. This is... Oh, I've just thrown them all over the place. These are stacks rather than... They're not like individual items. It's stacks of items. Obviously, if your stacks weren't full stacks, then it's, you know, partial stacks, but yeah, I've got an awful lot of stuff here. Let's keep them. Get rid of that. Maybe I shouldn't make so many of these. If I got all of these just sat around. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely bonkers amount of stuff. I wish you could, like, set, as in manually set, items, basically. So I wish you could just go, you know, I want 63 of these, and I want 27 of those, and things like that. Because you can't really, you can only, let's get rid of some of those. Well, get rid of that. If I just, oops, wrong. No, yeah, let's keep just blue belt, I guess. In fact, given I've got so much of everything, we're not going to need... We're going to be doing manufacturing, but we're not going to use 150 of the things. Yeah, if I'd have realised, I'd have set the chests to the logistic stations to, you know, supply, basically. How are we doing? Nearly there. Oh, full now. Right, crikey. Oh, that's full. In fact, I think these now full. No, there's a bit of space there. No, it's full now. Crikey. So one more. Right, get rid of them. Get rid of that. No. Keep them. Get rid of the low level belt. So we'll just work with high level, I think. Since it turns out we've got 1,000,000 tons of everything. No, it's full again. So what am I full of now? Crikey. No, that's that. I probably missed a few, but that's however many stacks of them in chests. Yeah, so I will sort all of this out, tidy it up, but there's not really any point doing that right now. Okay. Yeah, you see it saying, you know, 200 of this, 500 of this on the... that's scrolling past my head. That's basically because it's a stack of items. Oh, still got 11 left. Where the heck are they then? Are these the ones I exploded onto the... And then 8 left. Some there. I think I accidentally flung some into the sea, didn't I? Get in the sea. 6. Oh, got a couple here. Let's just go. No, nothing there. See, I was sure it gave you an indicator as to what they were. Oh, where they were. It doesn't seem to. Oh, on there. I want to get them because they could be quite expensive items, you see. I'll just delete a bunch of fractionators. That. Probably don't need them. Right. Well, I don't know where those are. They're somewhere. But what we can do is fill all of this in with the purple, whatever it is, turquoisey colour. Oh, why have you not got colour on it? There we go. Just a bit of line there. Like that. Does much. I mean, I don't really need to do this because it's all flat, but already. But say, might as well. Oh, make it look pretty as well. I mean, eventually these will go, as I say, but it could be quite a while. Oh, I've overlapped it there. You can sort of get rid of the colouring, but once it's landfilled, it's landfilled. Once it's, you know, foundationed, it's foundationed. You can't do anything about that. What you can do, you can flip it so that it's the no decoration one, and then it replaces it like that. If you've drawn outside the lines like I have here, oops. Cool. Right. In fact, let's do that then. So reduce the size of that. Pop that on no pattern. We'll probably have to extend this, so this is probably a bit pointless, but it shows you what I mean. So there we go. We've got a nice turquoise bit of the planet for us to work with. So what we're going to do is we will put a whole series of these far this way as we can. Too close. Okay, so if I put you there, they'll end up staggered because we're just going to work down the planet. In fact, let's not put it overlapping with that. So we want to go no. Too close, there you go. Let's go straight down. As far over as we can. Whoops. Down. No, that's the wrong place. Can't go that way. Can't go that way. You can't drag these like you can with other things. Drag and build, I mean. It's probably awful positioning for these. In fact, would it not be... No, it'd be okay. Because we're going to have belts trying to jank all over the place, but that's fine. I'm not entirely expecting this to be tidy as such. Okay, the question then is, what do we want to build first? Because I think we're going to try and switch to higher level stuff as much as we can. And the satellite substations are effectively a combination of those two. And I've also got a load of those in stock anyway. So we won't build those unless it turns out we need to, sort of thing later. So we might as well start with power, or it all starts with power. Although I'm going to have to build them locally to build them. Let's just start with belt, actually. Let's just start with belt. But yeah, what I'm thinking, you see, is that. What am I thinking? Not much, usually. Because if I made it with recycling, right? So in other words, if this pulled in, you know, yellow belts and made green belts, and then there was another one pulling green, we would eventually just run out of yellow belt. But what we could do, because that's iron and gears, is we could have it order up yellow belt. Because I think we're at the stage where I'm just going to go blue belt. But I say we do have the slight difficulty So I don't know of any way of like limiting demand, because what I'm wanting to do, I think I'm just going to abandon my blueprints. That's easier. We'll just forget about them basically. Because the problem is, if I feed yellow belt in here, so they've got it available to build, right? And then I also make this a demand. I suppose, but then that wouldn't work anyway, because that's not the type of demand that I'm after. So if I made this demand, right, and this is a supply, then it'll just do a loop basically, and it'll fill itself up. I mean, the loop's not a problem in and of itself, but it just means that, you know, it'll make more and fill itself up rather than bring the ones in that I want. Now I can do stuff like I could make this local storage. Would that help? No, I think I'm literally just gonna, yeah. In fact, would it make more sense to make this demand? So this is, oops, remote demand. There you go, and it's going to pull those other ones over. For these two. Those are the ones I stuck in there. That's why I was putting them in, but it was a bit tedious to sort it all out. And then we have blue belts are the supply. And what we do is we bring the yellow belts out. Oops. Oh, of course I haven't got yellow belts. We bring the yellow belts out, say, and feed them into a green belt machine. But we also have a way of making more yellow belt for when it runs out. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes some sense. It's a bit weird, but makes some sense, I think. So what do we want? To make yellow belt, we want steel and gears. Sorry, iron and gears. Right. And then, say we would feed it in there. And then to make the green one, we also need the green ones. To make the blue one, we also need the blue ones and the graphenes. I'm not sure this will be all the way over here in the end, but let's just leave it there. And we can, you know, I think in each of these end up being, you know, having warpers in, pulled directly in, but we can feed them in from the top here. That's the other option. Right. Okay, so how am I going to arrange this then? So I basically want these guys, right? So, because we might as well go just high level from now on, just because it's easier, you know, inventory-wise. I'm not sure I'm going to bother ratioing them. Or should I? Because basically, to make 3 of them, you need 3 of them. These are 1-to-1 anyway, so it doesn't matter. But some of the others, it's like, you need multiples. I mean, what we could do, just direct feed them. Oops. But with the belts being fed back around, so would that work? Keep doing it. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. A bit weird. I don't know if it would actually work. We'll have to see. So, oh, it's too high. Or do I want... I probably want to work the other way around, actually. So we'll put that there. And then this... So this is making yellow belt, but only if... Could I put it onto the... I could, couldn't I? So we're going to get a lot of janky belt weirdness, but that's fine. So it feeds in the iron plate and gear wheels and makes leather belt. But we've also got... Keep doing that. I'm going to continue to do that. We've also got yellow belt coming this way. Like that. In fact, we'll have it coming out the top, I think. I may need to redesign some of these just to tidy them up. But so we'll sort of tackle that issue later, I think. So if that was coming out of there, and it goes this way, and it's in here, then it'll fill up that first. So what we can do is basically put it onto the belt. Did that work? So it'll only put things on when there's a gap in the belt, basically. So when it's empty, basically. Okay. I think that should work. Sort of depends on the speed of everything. This one then. And I say we're not going to have any yellow belt. It's in that chest being requested, or in this logistics system being requested, because that's how, you know, we can get it here from. I can just dump it in a provider, you know, in a thing, and basically effectively use it as like active provider type of thing. Right, so this then is going to make the level 2 belt. So it needs the green ones, yeah. And it needs these, but we'll have this afterwards, so that it'll drag them in once they're made. And then we have one of these. And what we need to do here is the same arrangement. Whoops. Oh. I suppose worst case, if I sort of run out and there's no materials and all that sort of stuff, I can always just, you know, hand make a few. And then we can upgrade them when we get them, sort of thing. No, that's wrong, isn't it? This needs to be going down here. You're going to give me a too close. I bet you'll give me a too close one. Let's just preempt that. And then same idea. Did I set that as a... I didn't in that, but I did. But I picked the wrong one. Okay. And then that goes... Oops. So I'm going to keep doing that. That goes in there. This one then makes level 3 belt, which is the one we want. It's going to output it here. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? If I was to... 4,000... This will probably explode if I pick it up, won't it? So I'm just thinking it'd be nice to put this in the top as well, thinking about it. If I just put this here, this is an exact copy of it. Get rid of it. Oh, no, looks like we've got enough stuff. Copy it over again. We can... Why have I got a random power thing there? We can copy that over. Put it in the right place. Too close, okay. Well, let's feed them in the top. And then we can put it wherever we want. We might as well put it sort of there-ish. Yep, too close. Right. You're going to let me do that? So this then is the input of the level 3s. That's the output of the level 2s. That's the output, oops, the output of the level 3s. No, that needs to be level 1s, doesn't it? Why are those not connected? Come on. Right, that. Why is that all skew-if? That should be 1, that should be 2, and then the 3s will come here. Okay. Only I've got them all in my inventory, so let's put them all in there. Put them all in there. And need to power all this. And that's quite a good place. That'll also power the next set. Oh, except no, I need to pull these out, don't I? Where should we take them out? So if we take them out the top here, I'm just going to like duplicate things, unless they're right next to it. You know, we'll have another machine pulling these in, basically, if something else needs them. Because we've got, you know, oodles of production now across our different planets. Right, so we want one of them. Pop it here. Here. So that everything's powered. We want to change these to demands. Just set them as low as possible for the time being. They want drones. This is a demand. Demand, demand, demand. Oh, you're so very demanding. Demand. I mean, what I'll do, I'll just chuck the stuff in here. I'm not actually going to get the drones to sort it. When I sort it all out, I'll actually just pick it out of those chests and stick it in these again, because it's the same stuff. Right. Oh, something's going through there. They're still coming. These are coming. These are coming. Okay. Yeah, so the belt is effectively quicker than the inserter. Why are you not? Oh, there's no output, isn't it? No wonder you're not putting anything out. Yeah, so it's dragging it off the belt. But eventually, you know, there won't be any of them, or in theory there won't. Because everything will go blue. Okay, so if we cap... Oh, actually, I don't want to cap them. If I cap this so that we don't pump infinite resources in. But if we put it at what? They stack at 300, don't they? So a row is like 3,000. So if we make it 6,000, and then I can just do my half grab thing. And that gets me 10 things. Cool, sorted. What I thought we might do next is actually the landfill, because that's a really big one. And we don't need to recycle, you know, redo anything with the landfill. And it's just stone and steel. Because obviously the next one really is the inserters, and we need the same procedure again. But there you see you get into that 2-to-1 thing. Well, it's the same, a lot of the same bits, isn't it? But not exactly the same. So that requires iron. What is the landfill? The landfill is stone, bricks and steel, which have nothing in common with any of those. But is there something we could do next instead? What about, no, where's stone bricks is all like the chemical stuff, chemical stuff, isn't it? So chemical plants is exactly, and that. So it looks like maybe if I, okay, yeah, let's do the inserters first then. Okay. Right, so I say I could bring something round from there, or just reorder it. Now, what do we actually need? So the first one is steel, iron and gear wheels, which is them two. Yeah, how about if I snake them around? I just instinctively go for the blooming thing. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Connect that. Yeah, so we'll just have the iron plate and gear wheels coming out of here. We're going to need another one of these somewhere. Ironically, this is going to be... Oh, I've got some litter going on. Where are they? Oh, is that the two I just didn't find? Let's just leave it. Yeah, ironically, it's probably going to be messier. But it's sort of... It'll be doing what I want, really. That's the key thing. Okay, so these, we want to order up the yellows and the greens, and then we want to provide those. So we want to demand these and supply those. We only want, say, only if I put it at 400, that's probably where we're going to end up. Yeah, okay. So, did I? Yeah. Similar sort of idea, really. So what we could do, could we sneak these in this area here and then feed them in on the side there? Maybe? Maybe... Because we've got the mismatched geometry there, haven't we? We could move that. Take it out of the way. Still then powers. We're just going to... I say, I'm not going to worry about the ratio side of it. In fact, maybe... That might be a little tricky. So if this is making the level 1s, it needs iron and circuits, which I don't think... Yes, we can... Wait, did I look at the wrong recipe? I did, didn't I? Actually, let's move that over one. What? Oh, no. No. Oh, I don't know. They look further apart than I was sort of anticipating. Right, so because we've got green jobbies there, we don't have motors, do we? Now, you see there's a completely different recipes. Is there something else that uses these? Because that's iron plate and circuits, that's motors, which we're not pulling over, and then that's green ones. They're too different, really. I mean, if we did them, I don't know if I'm ever going to do any plain smelters, just because of the faff involved. So iron, so we would need to bring in... It's like they used... A lot of things use similar ingredients, but not the same. It's all a bit sort of annoying, really. Not a fan of that. I think I'm going back to my original concept, which was to do these guys next. Looking for steel. Where's steel? There. So we'll have yeah, iron brick coming out there. So we want a couple of these, though, is the thing. In fact, we probably want like 4, because we absolutely want to... When you need it, you need tons of it, and it also stacks really big. How am I going to do these, actually? Let's do it... Yeah, let's... Oops, let's move this over one. We can put this back in place. Like that, hopefully. And we can have belt going this way. We'll just take it up here. Let's give ourselves a bit of room. I'm not sure how big they are, as I say. How big we want to go. Next one down, obviously. There we go. Yeah, so this is going to make landfill. Yeah, or whatever it's called. Foundation. I'm going to have a couple of belts. Come on. Going this way. Oops, and this way. And it's stone brick. Should I actually? Maybe I should take it. I need to get rid of them. Would that work a little bit tidier? Nah. Right, we'll go at the top though. For the steel. Like so. Like so. Like so, like so. Then we want insert. Insert. Except, I'd say quite like to have 4 of those if I can. Why you'll do this game? Okay, so we want to request up. So like that. Get on. Put our drones in. 100. We do want bigger numbers here, I say, but I'll just chuck the stuff in. There's no point in pulling over a million things. Okay. Now, can we effectively, on the other side, put in some of these chemical type things? Because we've got the stone and the steel. We would need circuits. Oops. We would need circuits and glass. Circuits and those blue things. Circuits and those blue things. Glass, circuits, and... you see, it all gets a bit... What I'm thinking with these... Oh, that's why we're requesting the microcrystallines. Okay. Huh. I'm wondering with these, basically, do I effectively create a sort of a, almost an old school, you know, just a bunch of machines running along, and we just put all of the various different things along them? Because it's just one machine making, and they don't need to feed anything in, you know, so we can have one doing, you know, arc smelters, one doing... Would they be one? Maybe. Slightly. Obviously, you need the microcrystallines, but one doing chemical. You know, one doing. I don't know. Are we still going to do labs? Maybe. One doing. Oil extractors. One doing. Refineries. So I can request up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different items, 2 of which we've already got. Those are identical, so that's the same 4. Or what are we changing there? We're getting iron plate. It's different but the same, isn't it? So it's glass, iron plate, the magnet things. So it's all sort of the basic things, but in a different combination. Because there's mining machines as well. We could get them in this set. Oops. Why have you done that? Yeah, mining machines. Unless... No, mining machines is a no. I've got hundreds of them already, so... I think we'll just, you know, if I need to add them on, I'll add them on later. Because we've got the mining level 2, and that's a completely different recipe. What about, well, I could do water pumps. Where's water pumps? There's water pumps. What about these lads here? Yeah, certainly that one. Whatever that says. And that one maybe. Splitters. So, splitters. Whatever it calls it, counter or whatever. Tracker. And then I just put a series, I just say, we'll do, crossed belts effectively. So the outputs, these things pull into here, and then I just chuck them in a series of these. See, the ideal thing with this big on, there's a pain in the bum this thing being here. Yeah, okay. So, what order is best to do them in? So we've got this. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that adds on glass and steel, which is 6. I think I'm going to have to do these in a... Okay. So effectively run 3 belts along the top here. Missed again. That are the 3 things only needed by these. Then we want 3 things along here that are shared. Then we want another set of these. I mean, we'll have to space them apart and stuff because... And then we've got 3 belts here for anything else that these guys need. So I have to space them out because I need to get the output belts, like this basically. But what would this look like? So if that was, we know we've got steel and stone brick here, right? So we could put that one, chemical labs, on there. Right, so we would have. Can't you put? You can put things on, can't you? It tells you. Yeah, there you go. So this is the. Whoops, no, it isn't. So that's those 2 there, which we know we've got, and they also need glass and circuits. Now, which is those items, and we're quite far down. We're going to be quite far down. So, maybe we do glass and we do circuits, because then it's got and then so that's that one covered. So it's glass and circuits. So I'll have to rework these because it's bound to be wrong in a sense. That's them, so that's chemical labs. Now what else do you need? You've got stone brick, but you've got iron plate and those, whatever you call them. Iron plate and the sort of red magnet things for them. Now, you need iron plate, glass, circuits. So that's wrong, isn't it? So circuits, glass. So you want those 3. Do you? Iron plate, glass, circuits, and yeah. So that one could go there because that's then got access to all of them. What about you? You want steel, stone brick, and circuits. Steel, stone brick, and circuits. But you also want, because you're greedy, you want the plasmas. Plasmas aren't really an easy thing to make locally. Because, or are they? What could we fudge that? Because it's the magnets and it's prismas. And they're glass, and we got glass on here. So we could do them and them. Don't you need plasma? Which doesn't something else need plasma? No, it's just those two, is it? Because we got steel, we got stone brick, and we got circuits. We just don't have the plasmas, but we do have glass. Steel, stone brick, circuits, and plasmas. And then what are you? You're iron plate, stone brick. There we go then. So we got motors and circuits. I mean, we could make motors locally because it's just the. We'd need cogs. So some other way of arranging that. So iron plate, steel, motors and circuits. I might have to leave that one. I mean, I have got plasmas being made in the system, so I don't have to drag them in. So if we did this as those, it's just the plasmas, that's the painful thing of it. I mean, I could always bring them in from the side. Yeah, let's do that then. So rather than... So it'll need sort of a double space for these ones. So this one there. Oh, no. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? So rather than put them there, let's just clear the recipe. So yeah, rather than... So if that's the... I think that's the extractors. And the refineries are the other ones that need plasma. And so we bring the plasmas in and just hop it over. Problem then is we also need motors, don't we? So you can't do... And now we need cogs. Although that could go there, couldn't it? If that's... Splitters can go there, because that's iron plates. And we could have cogs on here. Okay. Wait, was that water? Iron plate, stone. So it just requires motors. I guess we'll just do the same trick. So if we bring motors in sideways for them, got them. And what about you? You now need iron plate, gear wheels, glass, and circuits. Iron plate, gear wheels, circuits, but no glass. I'm sure there's probably some optimal way of doing this, but what we could also do is double that up. That's a bit rubbish. I'm sure there's an optimal way of working this through, but my brain is not good enough to do that. So it was them, was it? Yeah. Right, are there any other sort of simple recipe ones that we might want to make in this set? Sorry, miles away. So accumulators start to get a bit more weird recipe. You know, that's copper now suddenly. We're not making any more of them. That's weirder stuff. Weirder stuff. Weirder stuff. Not making any more of them. Got them. Pilers. That uses the blue and circuits. That's sort of not simple. Do we make... We'll leave mining machines because it's got hundreds of them. Oops, hundreds of them already. You require frame things. Got all of them. Fractionators. Again, I've got loads of them now. Way more than I thought I was going to get. I think we'll leave them because we're better off making the miniature particles anyway. That's obviously a different question. Assemblers then. That's a different thing, isn't it? Smelters I've already got. Spray coaters. Yeah. Did I put the labs on already? I did, didn't I? Chemical. Okay. Okay. So this is, I think, what we're going for. What do you actually need? You need iron plate. So yeah. So there's probably some optimal way of ordering these. Because if they're, nah, we'll just work with this. I think basically. Right. So we might as well. No. Grab these like this, and I'll rearrange it effectively. Oh, you know, use copy and paste to sort of sort it out. There, that doesn't really need to go anywhere, does it? So if I pop that there, get rid of that. I bet it won't let me copy and paste it now. I'm thinking about putting this in here, basically. But I say, I bet we'll be across boundary lines and all sorts, and it'll hate it. If not, I'll just use it and rework it. Right, so you two both needed plasmas, didn't you? You were the one that needed motors. So motors sort of can come in sort of here. Yeah. I think I'll leave that bit. It's all going to need to move up further anyway. So maybe if I just do that and that. And then that and that. Oops. Put that on there. Wait, I've got one doubled up there. What have I done wrong there? Because I've got two of them. That's an oil refinery, and that's an oil refinery as well. Bum. So I've probably missed something, haven't I? That's annoying. That there. It's spread apart now. Oh, there we go. Right. So let's copy and paste this. And see if it'll let me put it here. No, of course it won't. Oh, game. I love you, but seriously. Because what I wanted to do is reuse these lanes, but pain in the bum thing. Oh, in fact, could I even do that? Yeah, so let's put this here. We then want to request... Oh, we've got glass. Okay. Okay. So this is glass. Glass. Right. So then you can grab... all three of these. And then that's that one done. Does it matter what? It doesn't matter what order I put them in, does it? And then you in there, because that's glass. So it doesn't want glass, but it wants the stone. Okay, so it wants stone. So say no glass. But it does want those three. One of which I've got there. Like that. So that's green circuits. Iron plate we have got over here. Let's see if we can weave that one round. Oh, in fact, let's take it out there. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Because that, oh, that'll go to there. Across to there. And then down. Let's move this over a bit. So it's the, there, give us a bit more working room there. And then what do you want? You want green circuits, iron plate, oh, and magnety things. Okay, magnety things. Magnety things. Oops. I've not requested them already, have I? Magnety things. Things that are magnets. Let's go over a bit so there's a bit of room. Across there. Oops. Across there. Feed in. Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Okay. So you're done. You next. We've got everything that you might possibly want. So let's give ourselves a bit of room. Extend these up a bit. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. And what do you actually want? You want iron plate. Very grand of you. Iron plate. So it's the same ones, I think, isn't it? It's that one, that one, that one. Except it's glass. Because that's glass? Yeah. Be easier if I just order these up. Well, these are cheapest chips items, so. Okay, so we've now got laboratories. This one then. Oh, we're going to need plasmas. Put that down on 100. Demand in. 100. Demand that in. Oh, we need motors, don't we? As well. Oh no, wrong thing. I saw the red and black and just grabbed it, but that's not what we want. We want that one. Demand. Oh, we want some drones in there as well. Drones. Yeah, so these are the two we're going to feed in sideways. Iron plate and gears. So the gears we do also have here as well, you see, so we can weave those round rather than order them in new, because it's quite nice that that rounds off, basically. But yeah, I'm going to have to put these in a bit of an odd position, I think. So that we can work with the spacings that we've got. And then this one's going to be sort of here-ish, maybe. And then this one tucked on the end. So how many things have I actually got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. did I not put... Okay. So do that. And that one we just want to fill up, basically. In fact, I'll get rid of... Chuck a load in there. Yeah, we just want that one to fill up, basically. Why are you not working? Oh, you're not getting stone. Why are you not getting stone? Oh, because that's too low, basically. Right. So there's one slot in there. And then 2 slots in there. So that gets me 3 extra slots. So 1, 2, 3. So 4, 5, 6. So, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another one of these. But not copied. Will get us sorted. Now, where can I fit it in? I don't suppose it would go in this. No. It would fit in there. That's not great, is it, though? Let's just finish this off and then I'll work that bit out later. So it feels like I've accidentally missed one of those. Right. So you want steel. Steel. Stone brick. In that case, let's do them in... Did you want glass as well? No, you want plasmas rather. Yeah. So you want stone brick, steel, stone brick, steel. What's the 4th thing? Oh, it's the circuits. Okay. Circuits. Okay. And then we want, because this is only going to be short, it's only going to be tucked in there probably. So we can sort of weave things round. Where's the plasmas? There's the plasmas. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. No. I need to put this in first, don't I? Right, let's just get rid of that. I need to put these 2 in first, I think. And then I know where to weave them. So, if you're there, am I going to be able to get them out? Yeah, we can bring like out on the sides, basically. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So what do you need? You need iron plate, gear wheels, and circuits. And all you haven't got is circuits. Yeah. No, all you haven't got is gear wheels. Or cogs, or whatever it calls them. So we can take those out here. And we can go up a level. No, you're going to be weird on my game. Going to be weird. Going to be weird. Lots of weirdness. Okay. I shall work with your weirdness. Okay. Then up a level. Then across. To there? No. There. Then across to there. Is that parallel with the other one? No. Needed to be one tile further. I think that's parallel. Right, and then it's also going to need more glass. Like that. Out there. Up a level. Was it there we need to? No. There? Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And then it's that one. Which we should be able to put in parallel with that one again. Like that. Hook everybody up. So do you need glass? You do, for some reason. Oh, I guess it's got a counter on it, hasn't it? It's got like a little glass panel, I guess. So you would need glass, gear wheels, iron plates, and circuits which you can't reach. Because I'm a genius. Well done, me. no, you're not even going to let me do that. Okay. Okay. So it needs to be offset. Hopefully that won't interfere with any of the other belts, but we shall see. Because it needs circuits. Was it iron plate? Yeah. I always like thinking in these games like what the thing actually looks like. So I tend to think of the game as being like how the engineer or the whatever, how they think it looks, if you see what I mean. So why is that not got that on it? So it doesn't actually look like the thing it looks like. It's, you know, it's actually just like a kit bashed together, you know, like a smashed together piece of thing. But in the end, you know, the engineer's head, as it were, it looks like this pretty thing, whereas in reality it's just like, you know, just a load of stuff smashed together with a hammer sort of thing. So I need glass to come out of there. I didn't set that properly. Come on. Glass. Okay. Now these need power and plasma. If I put that there, also make sure that's hopefully covered. Right, so we've got 3 things we could put in. Oh, I need to get. Let's do the plasma first. So the plasma's in there, as is the engines. Okay. I'm wondering about taking that back a bit. Yeah, I think that'd be a little tidier, wouldn't it? So let's put a little dog leg in here, I think. It's probably a bit close if I do that. Because then we can reuse some of those exits, but we're not taking up too much room. Oh, I didn't. What am I after here? Yeah, it's plasma. So. Right, that way. And then we go... keep this low level sort of until we have to. So we'll go up there. Like that. And then we want to go down. No, one more. What are you doing? Down. I pressed up. No. Let's just take it all the way across. And then eat it back. Do that trick. There we go. Are you both going to be able to access that, or do I need to go one further back? Bit scrappy, but that'll do. Okay, and then the water one is the one with the engines, motors, which makes sense because it is a motor. You see what I mean? It's probably, you know, I mean, I guess this game's different in that sense because, you know, it's some giant mech. It has sort of a foundry inside it and whatever. But let's say if it was factory, it's more likely it'd be like some car engine that the engineer had ripped. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be, would it? Because it's an alien planet, but. You know, it's probably a scrap engine in reality. But the engineer's just using to, you know, kit bash it together, as I say, rather than... What's that there? And then, because might as well just take these 3 into the thing. Are you going to give me a too close? I wouldn't blame you if you did. Too close? Nope, seems happy. Level. See, we're getting all sorts of jank. collapse of our belts, and also me being quite inconsistent. That there. Why have I put that on the right hand side? Okay, so if we eat that back by 1, can we go down? Yeah, we can. So we go there, there. Just look to sleep because it's not on the ground. Okay. So we put, say, oh, it's a bit annoying. That would have been better to have. Oh well. Oh, it's my phone. Hang on. Yeah, just a spam call. Called off. Don't you like how they introduced laws against that sort of thing, and then companies just do it anyway? Always a favourite, that. Why did I put that in there? Jank its way in there. And then this one here. Let's do it. Because I'm probably going to snake some warpers in there from one of these. In fact, that's the perfect one because that's the requester. Right, so what have I just added in? Wait, I've added. Oh, you idiot! No, that's fine. What is that? That's the extractor. Is it? Yeah. I'm just going to put that to local demand for the moment. Oh, I didn't set that to local demand, did I? Because there'll be a load in the chest. But it might be able to... No? Oh no, I put them in a chest, didn't I? I didn't put them in the thing. Oh well. I'll just leave that at 100 then. Right, and then water. Oops. Again. Like that. And... must be refineries. Demand. We need both of those. But when they're delivering things around... oh, it's not quite. Oh no, they've obviously gone to collect them. Okay. What we could do is try and force it to do that. So it doesn't bring 1,000,000 at the same time, but it didn't really work like that. It's a bit weird how it works in reality. So this one's not even hooked up because I forgot the inserters. So we want iron plate. What do we want? We want iron plate, stone brick, and circuits. So stone brick. Oh no, that's not an inserter. Stone brick, circuits, iron plate. Coolio. We're making all the things. All the things are being made. Right, so, what next? What next? This is taking a while, this. I hadn't anticipated it would take so long to clear it all up, this part of the problem. We'll continue on Monday, though, based on, because I'm not, I have to go today at 5. Let's have a think. Let's put some assembly machines down, like we did there, to show me which ones I need to do. Oops. So we've got What am I getting there? So we need to do assemblers. We need to do smelters we've got. We need to do spray coaters, which is a weird mix of sort of like the ultra modern materials and not. Mining machines I'm not going to bother with, am I? We've done inserters. So we've got the advanced mining machine, which is all complicated ingredients. We've got... They're done, they're done. Not going to do more of them. We'll do some more of them. And them. Them, just because they're really painful to make by hand. And then what? Oops, come on. Come on. So, assemblers done. On the list. Arc smelters done. Spray coaters on the list. Chemical plants and matrix labs done. Vertical launch silos on the list. Missed one. No, just forgot to put a thing on it. We need to. So one of the things we do need to do is I want to bring the hubs over here and the bots. So it's going to be all of the production area stuff. Have I done splitters? Feels like that might be the one that I've missed. Nope, splitters are done. As are the county things. Chests, obviously, we're not bothering with. We've got a million of them. So we've got Ray receivers, Raymond receiver. We've got any exchangers. I say I'll set up a thing to make geothermals. Sorry, make fusions, but we'll make some geothermals. We also need to make batteries. Oops. Solar panels, I guess we should still keep making. So wind turbines, power thingamies. Is that it? Is that everything we need to make? Because we won't make. I mean, we have to make them to make them, but we'll do that locally. Feed them in direct. Did I put Raymond receivers? Didn't I? Did I put them in fusions? I didn't, but I'm going to make them locally. I think I've got everything there now. So I'm probably never going to make plane smelters just because of the faff. So if we get rid of that, then what we also need to do, oops, is them, them, and them, plus these and those. Yeah, it's a big list of stuff we've got to do. Okay. So, if I was to make these, it's like bog standard ingredients. Which I could maybe sneak out of these. It's getting a bit far away. Might be better just to have a new one. Start again. We could do a cheeky thing. Doesn't something else use silicon? I think it's the one of these guys, because that's effectively silicon. It's silicon and copper. Haha. Okay. Yeah, so what we could do... Where the heck is it? What we could do... There we go. So we could make... Because they're super simple as well. In fact... Why can I chuck those in? Can I add these to there? is that the one I missed off? Because if I put one here. Oh, well, it doesn't want to be there, does it? It's a bit further over. But if this is the turbines, then what have we got? There are cogs here, and magnets here. What else? Iron plate. Well, that's iron plate, isn't it? Yeah, so these could go here. Aha. I need to take these out, don't I? I'm not putting them into a loggy station. But what I was thinking is we could do a cheeky inset one here, requesting up silicon and copper. And then that'll cover basically these, because we've got, we'll have to weave some belts around probably. But probably that one. And that one covered. Because we've got, then, we've got that there. We're going to have to take some extra lines out. But we can grab the plasmas. We'll have to weave some steel around, weave some green circuits around. Or do we? I mean... yeah, probably have to weave them around, I think. But you see, that's green circuits as well. So it's going to common green circuits. And that's just silicon and steel, copper, which is those two. So we can just literally have a machine making them sat next to this. It can grab the plasmas. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. And then we can put those three together into another loggy station here, maybe? Because we want an international one here somewhere. I'm not sure about putting it here. Or there, maybe. Would that work? That's very belt weavy. Not a fan. In the end. But we could have, we can have one here ish, that is the power things, and then how close can I get it? Not very close is the answer. It could be here. So if that was there, can I move that any closer? Yes. I can. So I have those there. So I could do it either way around, but one I could stick these power ones in. And then we could also maybe try and, get these in there as well, eventually. The, whatchamacallit, satellite, whoops, satellite jobs. And maybe the batteries as well. Because that's 5 then. Yeah, I like it. Right, let's do it then. First off, let's get these out. So, we need to put these on 2 sets of belt. So that one there. Seems about right. Wait, I didn't connect that up properly, did I? So, you can kind of take this anywhere. Should I try and do them in parallel with... Because you can get them to... like parallel over the top, basically. That's a bit cheeky. Because if we have this here, and then turn it down a level, do one up, that one there. Because where are we going to put this? Oh, that is the cheeky one. Okay. So you can put them really close together. So that's those two coming out. So we need one here, for this one. And one here for that one. And then one here for this one. So what I'm thinking is I put them over the top, basically. No, that's not going to work, is it? Because I also need to get them out. So which one am I going to... If I put those into here... I say I can run these. Yeah, we'll keep these at higher level. And then we can just run stuff from that underneath, basically. Yeah, that'll do. I sort of ended up with that's the exact opposite of my other hub, in that the other hub I was all trying to be neat and tidy and stuff. And now this is just a complete mess of spaghetti. But this is the final form, basically. So even though it's a mess, you know, it'll pump everything out. So there. No, one more. No, one more. Oh, gold. No, don't do that. Don't do that. This across here. Take it down and down. Wash. Right. Okay, so I need to hook this one up because it's not got anything, and I forgot to do that. Make sure nothing gets in the way. What else do you need? Do you need magnets? Oh, you need... Ah, you're going to need to be staggered then, aren't you? How about maybe... So if it was there... No. How about there? Because it wants all three of these, doesn't it? Bugger. What is it? It's the turbines. Wait. Needed to drag the cogs over. Whoops. So you don't need... What don't you need? You don't need iron plate. Right. What you need instead is the magnets. Okay. Now we're cooking on gas. And I'll put that there. Well, I could output it there, but that would be a bit weird. But so this is going to output here. Ah, we've got a tiny gap in our power coverage. Oh, we're going to need one of them more anyway. Somewhere. There, maybe. Cool. Okay. We're getting there. So, we want... In fact, what I'll do, let's put this on... what's in here. So we've got these and block them to demand. We want that and that. So it pulls over whatever the handful of things I put in. I don't think it was necessarily all of these, but we'll see. We'll see what it's got in there. Chemical labs then. Demand. Only Certus is NA anyway. I've not made them in bulk before. These guys here, whatever they're called. Counters or whatever. 100 of them. 100 of them. Yeah, I didn't put them in, obviously. But that's all of them. 100 of them. 100 of them. Coolio. Okay, let's get them outputting stuff. Like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And then sort you out later. Super duper. This one then is the one that needs the microcrystalline silicon. So perhaps if we make... If I put it there, let's copy and paste that one out of the way. Would that work? So you need silicon and green circuits, you see. So they are there, but they're in this machine, so we can do another line, basically. And then if we... Yeah, that'll work, I think. Could I move that up? So instead of it being on the green, so it could be there. And then the outputs are a bit more favourable. So in other words, we put the, say, the silicon there, copper there, and then we grab circuits from here, upper level, and down. If we do that and then go down, nope, and take one off, like that, and then circuits can go through there because they both need circuits as well. So this one needs circuits as well, I think. Yep. And it needs to be close enough to grab them though, doesn't it? So, because here I'm trying to, I don't want this to be in the way of this. And we can just put the output for it there. And then they're both parallel. So we're going to have to put this here. That'll do, that'll work. And then, so that's the, what are you saying you're colliding with? What? So this is the, whatever it calls it, spray coaters. This is the, oops, solar panels. This is the turbines. Stop misbehaving. Right. So you just need all three of these. And an output. Why has that stopped making anything? Because it doesn't have iron plate. Alright. The volumes, I mean, I'm just putting the volumes just, you know, minimum because I'll chuck the stuff that I picked up at the beginning of the stream into the machine. Right, so it needs the plasma lads. Oh, it needs steel as well. Haha. Interesting. Interesting. We could sort of weave that around somewhere else. Where's steel? Oh, steel's that one. Okay. Interesting. We could be completely mad. So we take steel out of here, go up 2 levels, run over the top of everything else. Is that going to work? Might not do. But we can potentially go down a level, just 1. No, you're not gonna, no. No. If I do, let's try a different way. If I do, no. No, okay. Right, let's try doing it like that. Chop that off. Yeah, there we go. So that gets its steel, but then we need the microcrystallines to be fed in as well. This is where we discover I've biffed the recipe. Nope, steel and silicon and copper. Oh, why is nothing coming out of here? Oh, because it's not on demand. Demand. Bots. Did I put bots in these? Yeah. And there's nothing set on that. Yep, okay. Still nothing happening. Why not? That's still on the supplies for one thing. Okay. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for steel. Because I've not set that up properly. You want that. Oops, and that. And a direct feed in there. It needs green circuits. So fussy. It's so fussy. Can't you just eat your chips like everybody else? Right. Hurrah! We have production. Do we have output? 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 Oh, even if we did, it's not connected. Brilliant. Well done, that man. Why is that not making any? Oh, it made some, but then it ran out of pop. Okay. Excellent. That's perfect timing as well. Because that's basically it for today. That's flown by. I really enjoy it. I always said on the other one, I really enjoy doing these processes. I do some, you know, like the designing stuff. I do sometimes worry it's not that interesting, but right. So those two are done. Shall I just, if I just whack a power thing, it'll stop them flashing like madmen. Come here. Right. So which ones are we missing? So we got that one now. I haven't got any of those fancy ones. All that stuff. So what would work now? I mean, I probably need to sort of start again in a sense with these. You know, we've got a lot of them ordered up, but there's so much belt spaghetti going on now, I don't think we could probably squeeze any more in. So effectively start again with these. But also these are things that are used in some of these, you know, more high-level production systems. We may have to flip to, you know, like planetary ones, because that's like 5 ingredients. It's quite a lot. But you see, everything sort of is using circuits now and frame materials and whatever they're called, quantum chips. Suspect some of these may just be a case of literally it's just making those. We have, you know, either one of these or one of these, and it's just outputting the things literally to one machine, and then I stick it in another one because they're such big and you know, nothing else is using lenses. But we'll see. We'll see. There you go. I don't think anything else is using the old photon combinators. Oh, except for that one, obviously. What about the plasma particle containers? No, it looks like that's... Well, I think they're in... Yeah, they're in there, you see. So there are overlaps and stuff. It's just... we'd end up with so much spaghetti. We might as well just order them up again. Right, yes, so there we go. So that's today's stream. What I'll do between streams, I'll film more of this in, because I do have tons of landfill now. What's in there? Oh, nothing. Oh, right, okay. Maybe if we just hook that up then. Was I going to do them the other way round? I think I was, wasn't I? Oh. Oh well. Let's see if... How would I get past there? Oh, let's not bother. Let's just go... Let's just embrace the chaos. Why did I do that? Let's do that there. We'll take these up here. just sort of stick them in. Oh, actually, I could request them, couldn't I, in case I've... So we got that one. Any of those in the chests? And then we got some of these. Don't know if I put these in. Obviously they're in the chest, but I don't know about if they're in the hubs that I put together. Is that all? Yeah, I think so. Let's have it. Can we down to ground? Is that in parallel? No. One more. There we go. Oops. Yeah, so I'll be back with this series on Monday. What I'll do, I'll fill in the landfill, basically. You know, flatten all of the rest of this off. Because I'm kind of anticipating this is a great big chunk of this planet. Because it's permanent, you see, once I get all the warpers in and all that sort of stuff. It becomes a permanent fixture. Because there are no, you know, there's artificial suns, but they're relatively complicated in and of themselves, so they'd be like a separate hub anyway. But yeah, so I'll fill in more of this. But say, you know, if we end up with this being a segment, what would that be? An eighth of the planet. I'm more than happy with that. Because equator's not. This is the equator basically. So we've got all of this space to play with. Yeah, so I'll landfill it in and I'll sort all of this out so that, you know, we can stick some of. I'll just stick them in the things and set the recipes and stuff like that. So basically, what I should have done before the stream but didn't realise was going to take quite so long and be quite so complicated. And then we'll get the rest of these made, and then we're sort of cooking on gas, basically. Let's just show you the Dyson Sphere itself. We've done all of the frame bits. That's all just sat idle. We need to do the research before we can do any further. But you see we're on 2-odd gigawatts. So we've got plenty of power, and there's still, what's that, probably a third of it to fill in terms of... Oh no, it's about, was it maybe a quarter? Less left with the solar panels, so solar sails, so you know it's just going to chug away on that for hours basically until I do the actual frame thing. We really need to scale the panels up, but there's kind of no real benefit to that at this exact moment. So yeah, so this stream will be back on Monday. Let's pop my schedule on when we will continue on and finish off the manufacturing hub. And then, as I say, we're ready to rock and roll in terms of scaling up. Abusing more planets in the local system. Plan is still to have, you know, a solar star doing blue, a star doing red, a star doing purple, etc., etc. So we've got quite a few streams to go. But once they're done, we'll literally be like a stream, and everything will finish off because they'll be able to produce so much stuff. That we'll just blast through it. Might then go on to doing... Basically, we need to do all of the Dyson rings, and then we can build it all. And then it's just a case of how much more I want to scale up or versus leave it running, essentially. So I'm not planning on doing multiple Dyson Spheres, but maybe we will. But yeah, so that's the plan for this series. That'll be a good few weeks, I think. And then tomorrow, I'm back with more Factorio. I'm currently feeling that I'm going to restart my Crastorio series on Saturday. Yet another series, but gives me different things to play and still do Factorio. It could be an entire stream of me running around not knowing what the heck I did before, because their stuff has changed in the mod, because it's like a year since I played it. And I don't think what I'd done before was good. It was just thrown together. If it proves too problematic, I might restart and sort of like turn the biters off, basically, just to take that pressure off. I mean, they'll still be there, but, you know, on passive or something. So that's always an option, because I only did a couple of streams, so it wouldn't hurt to restart particularly. Yeah, so that's the plan for this weekend. If it's an absolute nightmare and a disaster tomorrow, I won't do it on Sunday. What I'll do, I'll flip back to the Base in a Book series and we'll start the test run, basically. So yeah, so that's it for me for today. If you have been watching, I hope you enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. You can find me on various other situations. Obviously, there's a Twitch page where you can follow me. But I also have a YouTube channel where I upload my VODs. And you can catch up on this series and any of the series over there. Yeah, so I will catch you next time. So I hope you've enjoyed it if you've been watching, and I hope you consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Dyson Sphere Program. Thanks for watching. Cheers.